Alright, welcome to the SuperCoach Knife channel. In this video we're going to review round 17 of the 2026 NRL SuperCoach season. So a bit of an underwhelming week for myself this week, only getting to 12.27, which was only good enough for top 27%. Did see us move down another 1,000 spots in the ranks. But hopefully over the next couple of weeks with a couple of big buys we can make some moves, albeit things haven't gone exactly to plan there either. So if we have a look at the team, so Pascoe, 45 points for us this week. Harry Grant, 66 on the bench was good. The front row, so Terrell May, 98, Couchman, 72. So we did bring in Roberts, so we'll talk about the trades in a minute. In the back row, Ola Kawatu with a 113, but has played his way back into the New South Wales squad. So one we thought we had for this week is no longer available. Simi Sasangi came back from injury. We got 60 from him. Ryan Couchman with the 66 was solid. And then on the bench, Mooney with 44 was fine. Laban with 76 and Suka with 78 were really handy for our scores. In halves, Nathan Cleary, 62 as captain. Obviously a bit of a shock loss there to the Cowboys. Jaden Campbell with 34, but now has his DPP, which is what we've been waiting for. Tamari Martin with 66 was good. Cam Munce with 62, solid. Herbie with 99 was really good. Jacob Kiraz 41 and went down with a rib injury. Hopefully he's good to go after the bye. And then I guess the other sort of change, we ended up bringing in Mark Wanganitawase. So I can't remember in the video who we went with, whether it was Twal or Haas. And then Twal got injured. And was laid out. So we did some reshuffling, did some calculations, and figured it was probably the chance to jump on Marky Mark, given his low break even. And then he goes and produces his lowest score in an 80-minute performance. So a bit frustrating there. Jack Bostock with 84, another one who's found his way into the New South Wales team. So it's really blown up our plan for this week. No one on the bench did much this weekend. Sua with 86 was good. KP with 55 in that wet game on Sunday. And Seagull at 56 keeps making cash, which we love to see. So in terms of the head-to-heads this week, did get a couple of wins, including in the first league over Tiger 123, Michael's team. So he had Kyle Matangi for an 85, so he might be one on a late season charge. And with the Bunnies buy schedule or buys all done and completely free, he could be a great pod for the run home. Had Herbie Farnworth as VC. Reece Walsh was flat with a 28. Didn't see the game to see what happened there. Tom Jenkins was solid though with 91. I think he scored both of Penrith's 2 tries. But yeah, just a few little misses there. Obviously, Olaquatu for me was helpful in getting that win. But across the league, there was some better scores. Looks like the 1,402 for Phil's team, Viking Warriors, getting it done. So Tallis Duncan just making every post a winner. Thought he might get wing centre. He has got it. So that's just he was playing in the second row last week. So that's really handy if you've got him. Cody Walker was good with 83. Captain Jenkins, so that's a nice play. Osako with 92 was good. I saw a stat in that game that he's got the streak for the most games of 12 or more points or something, which is pretty insane. Yeah, some good scoring there as well. So well done, Phil. Well, actually, I should check this quick. Yeah, we've talked about all them. So second league got beat by the Fountain of Youth. Shoaib's team, mostly off the back of captaining Terrell May, which is nice. Payne Haas with the 95, so obviously if you've got him, hold, but he won't be available for the next 2 weeks, so it's one you've got to sit on your hands for. I was looking at doing it at one stage, but obviously it went Nwangani twice, and that did not work out well for me. But across the league, we've got a 1389, it's pretty handy. Yep, so it looks like Jai's got it with the ball grabbers this week. So another Duncan owner had Olakau'atu, Jenkins, Bostock, Sewer, and Captain KP. So did pretty well to get as much as he did. Hudson Young, 81 there. Cody Walker, Farnworth. So some nice scoring there. In the third league, another defeat to Rachel Studs. So Rachel sitting top of the table, killing it. The Dolphin connection, Herbie, Sako, Lemuelu, Cody Walker as well, doing good. Hamish Stewart with 85 is a nice little point of difference. Is he dual position? No, it's second row. I guess just played lock and edge. It's probably dual position in NRL Fantasy. Olakau'atu's there. Yep, nice. Let's have a look. So Phil's in this league as well. So he got the top score. And I'm pretty sure Rachel got second. So well done, Rachel, on a good score this week. Fourth league, my third defeat to Casey, the Darjeeling Limiteds. So Walker, Asako, Max Plath with 50 was whatever. Tom Travojevic as captain didn't quite work out, but covered Cleary to be fair. Dylan Lucas with 96, a bit stiff for him to get dropped from one game of Origin, but it is what it is. So we could have gone him over Hamole if we knew. Yeah, so I had Klamatangi on the bench too, so maybe missed out on a few points there. But in this league, what have we got? 1370. Looks like that's the one. So Bradley, Raider Nader, I think he's running away with it based on, seems to be every week featuring as the top scorer. But it's got Latrell, VC'd Herbie, so that was a nice play. Had Jenkins, Olakau'atu, Stewart, Osako, Falamo, Trome. So some good stuff there, Brad. And then the fifth league, another win over the GOAT, Jeff's team. A 12.01 for him. Had Billy Smith for a 116, which is pretty handy. As a pod, Jerry Marshall King will be good for this week. Warbrick 77 was solid. Nice. But in this league, got 1,300, 14. So Phil's popping up in a few leagues here. But Finality, Phil's team getting the job done with a 14.07. So the two Phils killing it this week. Duncan Kinney for a 92 was pretty solid, and then pretty brave to put the C on Farnworth, albeit it's a pretty safe bet, let's be honest. Dylan Lucas there as a pod, Psycho Jenkins, Terrell May. Had Cody Walker on the bench too, so maybe left a few points on the table there. But well done, Phil. In the Open League, see if we've got anything topping a 14.07. 14.17 for Latino Heat. So the other 1400 is pretty high up there. $14.92 for Cyclone Cath. Geez, that's going to be hard to beat. All right, there we go. So Kathy with the 14.92, thanks to Tallis Duncan. Dave Fafita was 79, solid. Had Kinney, Farnworth, Asako, Jenkins, Captain Farlungo, Dill Lucas, Bostock, Olakuatu. So, yes, just lots of great scores, even having to carry a 34 out of Jaden Campbell. And, yeah, still got the job done. So, well done, Kathy. I might just have a quick look at how close that was to top this week. So, not far off the top. So, 12th for the round. So, well done, Kathy. That's fantastic. And shout out to Mason with the 1560. That's even more amazing this week. Have a quick look at the other players that went well. So, top scorer, Phil Sammy. So, I think he did score 3 tries against the Dogs. So, yeah, 128. Well done if you are the 1% that are on him. Critter with a 115, playing in the 6, but it looks like he's playing halfback. Is he a sneaky pod for the run home? Only 4% owned, under 600k, potentially. Rinakama, so 112 points for him. He is pretty reliant on tries, but we do like him. Josh Curran I think he at least got 1 try, maybe 2, but 107. I know when we first thought he was playing on the edge, we were keen at it. But on the bye this week, and then we've got a plan, so we're not looking there at the moment. Sam Walker, 105. Could be a nice little pod for the run home, given his breakout since Origin. Ewan Aitken's an interesting pod if he can hold down that starting edge spot. Maxi King getting a try in his 150th. Well done, legend. Hugo Savala back from injury with the 89s. Pretty handy. Yeah, so Jake Simpkin pretty cheap, getting an 81. He might feature in the break-even stakes. So Josh Curran, probably the lowest of the I wouldn't say guaranteed starters. He might come off the bench, but most likely to play. But on the bye this week, Owen Paddy looks like with the Raiders struggling, Sticky's given him a bit of time in the starting jersey. So after this week, he could be an interesting pod. Suka's still got money to make, which is nice. Britton Nickera, obviously playing Origin. So I say that I haven't actually looked at the Queensland team yet. I've been a bit distracted today. Latrell still need a break even. Love to see that. Fletcher Hunt could be handy this week, given Ponga will be out for Origin. Nice. Alright, so the updated plan for trades, which again might be an issue given the outs for Origin. So I've sort of got it made up here. But basically, bring in the dual position to get Sasangi into the centre wing spot. That we can do forward to Twal. We just held off on a week because Twal was out injured, and we should be able to do Tamari Martin to Hines now that we have the DPP availability. So yeah, it's a bit. He's still got a bit of money to make, but yeah, we're just loading up on Hines to finish the team. Ford for Twal. Go by average. Should be back this week. He was touch and go by all reports, so should be fine. And then the third trade, which doesn't really help us with a playing number this week and might be a bit of an issue. And I don't want that. I want the lowest price. Is to bring in Walsh. So we haven't got a hooker this week. We've got 3 front rowers, which is pretty handy. So 3 second rowers, given that we won't have Olakuatu. 1 half in Nico Hines. So what are we up to? That's 7. no 5/8 this week. Kiraz, he was on the bye anyway, so we'll bring in Ronaldo, bring in KL, so 10, and Latrell. So we've only got 11 playing this week. And it's not like we traded out anyone that was available anyway. So bye, injured, bye. So yeah, I guess Olaquatu and Bostock's out too. I didn't even factor that in. So we've got 4, 6, 7, 11. So he could potentially get 12 if we force a move with Walsh instead. But we do want to keep a bit of cash in the bank for Brayley next week, Haas in a couple of weeks, and to be fair, we were going to trade Bostock out. So do we just do that this week? Maybe as a bit of a cash grab. So we'll undo the changes. So let's bring JT back in. Bostock out. Then, so I guess the issue is as well, Haas doesn't play this week, Brayley doesn't play this week. Let's put him back in there for a second. So Walsh and Teddy probably both unavailable. I say that I haven't actually checked the Queensland team yet. Has it been named? Oh, here we go. So not expecting any changes, but should just have a quick check. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as last time, isn't it? Jermaine Nano. I think Nano's maybe the one introduction on the bench, but he wasn't figuring in our plans anyway. So hang on. Just realised I've got all. So I've got all this DPP, but it doesn't help for this week. Laban 36. So yeah, he's got a bit of money to make still, so that's fine. Wait till around 20 on that move. Um, so yeah, with the plan we had, we were going to have 4 luxury trades, but it might be, might end up with 3 because we'll probably look to downgrade Ronaldo next week. Because the plan was it was going to be Nwangani Twase Kira as Farnworth Hero with Sasangi as cover. But we might look at a 6th one if we have the luxury of doing so. Yeah, I'll have a think about it. Don't need to work it all out now. Duncan, is he an answer? Can't afford him. Let's just plug him in for now and we'll have a look. I'll have to redo the sums of where I find the money to make those other trades in the coming weeks. But yeah, let's just quickly look at captains. So Penrith Souths. So I guess Penrith without their Origin stars. Interesting that they're still favourite against Souths, but we could easily put the VC on Duncan if we bring him in. That's another advantage. Could be a pretty handy play. Dragons, Tigers. So your Terrell Mays, your sort of safer captains are out of the way pretty early. Man, Nico against the Broncos isn't the worst shout, even though it is up at Suncorp. I guess Herbie, Sunday Arvo up at Newcastle could be a nice safe captaincy option too. So it's probably going to look something like that. So I don't think I need any reserves, just the one. Yep. So I guess that's the team anyway going into round 18. We will come back on probably Thursday night. Actually, no, it'll have to be Wednesday night. I'm away on Thursday. I'm just a busy week going away camping. So yeah, I definitely won't be on Thursday night. I'll get it done Wednesday night. I wonder if that'll impact the World Cup stuff. I haven't thought about that either. But enough rambling for me. Like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. I'll catch you in the next one.